I used to live in Budapest, not the touristy part, the side with buildings that still had bullet holes from the war. I was renting a cheap apartment while studying art. It was quiet, too quiet. One night, I came home late. My neighbor, an old woman, was waiting by the elevator. She looked at me and said, "If it stops on 6, don't get out." I thought she was senile, until it happened to me. I pressed floor 7, but the elevator stopped at 6.5. Not 6, not 7. 6. There was no button for it, just a stop. The doors opened, and what I saw wasn't right. The hallway was narrow, too narrow. The walls breathed. The lights buzzed but cast no shadows. I stepped out, and the elevator closed behind me. That was the last time I saw normal. I didn't know what I was walking on. The floor felt soft, like breathing fabric. There were doors, but they were all wrong. Some were upside down. One was slowly opening and closing. No breeze, no hinges. One door had no handle, just fingernail scratches. I tried to go back to the elevator, but it was gone. Not closed. Gone. No shaft, just wallpaper. There were others there. People who whispered in unison, "There's no 7th floor." They had no eyes, just empty skin where their faces should be. I screamed and ran, but the hallway twisted. The walls folded. I was inside the building's skin. I don't know how long I ran. The lights stayed the same. No time passed, until I found the elevator again. Only this time, there was a mirror inside. But my reflection didn't move. It watched me, and it smiled. The elevator finally moved again, but it didn't go up or down. The numbers blinked. 6.5, 6.6, 6.7, 6.8. At 6.9 it stopped. The doors opened to a copy of my apartment. Same couch, same painting, except everything was rotting. My body was there, lying on the floor, eyes wide open, mouth full of ash. I don't remember screaming. I just ran into the hallway. But now, every floor was 6.5 and forever. I'm telling this story to warn you, because sometimes the elevator still takes someone there. If you hear static before the doors open, don't step out. It's waiting. If you're watching this, promise me something. Never trust elevators in old buildings. And if you've ever heard a whisper at 3:13 a.m., leave a comment below. Maybe we're not alone after all. Subscribe for more real horror stories from Tales from the Abyss, and watch out for part 2. You ever live somewhere that didn't feel finished? Not broken, not haunted, just incomplete, like it was still being built even though no one was working on it. That was my student housing building. But this story isn't about the rent, or the rats, or the landlord who never picked his calls. This story is about a floor that doesn't exist, but I lived on it. They called it the half floor, floor 6F. And before you laugh, no, this isn't a joke. I'm telling you this now because I don't think I'll be alive by next week. I moved to New Caro last August to study architecture. It's a quiet European town, full of old buildings and dark alleys. The university put me in an old concrete building just outside campus. Elevator was rusty. Half the buttons didn't light up. My assigned room was listed as 6 high of Unit 3. I thought it was a typo until I got in the elevator. There were buttons labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, a tiny scratched-up metal keyhole with no label. The building manager, some wrinkled old man who only spoke Dutch, handed me a small black key. Said one word, sign in half. I put the key in, turned in the elevator, shuddered. Then it moved, not up, not down, sideways. I swear to God the elevator shifted horizontally like it was changing tracks. Then it stopped. When the doors opened, I didn't see a hallway, just a tunnel. Low ceiling, bare concrete, pipes everywhere. Like the building's guts, and then, flickering light. A door. Apartment 3-6 home in faded black paint. It was cold, too cold for August, and silent. Like someone had vacuumed all the sound out of the world.
I stopped the car. There was something wrong immediately. Not scary, just off. No birds, no wind, and the town wasn't visible from the road. But I walked in. I took photos. I documented everything. There were homes, stores, a church with its bells.
I found a stairwell that hadn't been there before. The sign said, floor 6.5, office of the architect. I thought it was a joke, until I descended, and heard breathing coming from the walls themselves. Inside was a dusty office, no electricity, just oil lamps, blueprints pinned everywhere. But they moved. They shifted when I blinked. Every drawing was of me inside this building, doing things I hadn't done yet. One blueprint showed me opening the door to room 6.5F, time 03:33 a.m. And beneath it, another showed my corpse, face down in the stairwell, hands scratched bloody. I looked at the door behind me. Room 6.5F. I ran up, up the stairwell, until the steps just stopped. No more stairs, just a solid black wall where the exit should be. And a hole in the center. It pulsed, like something was waiting. I leaned close, and from within the blackness, I heard you were drawn. You opened it. You built it in your mind. I screamed, but the hole screamed back louder. Endless blueprints animated as if breathing. Office lit by swinging oil lamp casting shadows with lives of their own. Staircase fading into black wall with a pulsing void. Floor rippling as if alive. Echo of dead version of Malik in the blueprint date. At this point, would you have made it out? Comment blueprint if you believe Malik is building his own nightmare. Don't forget to subscribe. This isn't even the worst part yet. I stepped into the hallway, and they were all there. Residents I'd never seen before, standing still, backs to me, humming in unison. Then, they turned. All their eyes were sewn shut, each mouth open, each whispering in reverse. They lifted their hands and pointed up. There was now a ladder leading to floor 6.75. It was a long, narrow hallway. No doors, just walls covered in names. Thousands, carved, etched, and mine was already there, still bleeding. A voice whispered, "You moved in. Now you must draw the next door." And a pen appeared in my hand. I couldn't stop it. My arm moved on its own. I drew a door with someone else's name. That's how it survives. It only needs one resident to draw the next. I don't remember drawing it, but I know who it was. My friend Kai. He came to check on me 2 days later. Now, he's in here. I found a way to record this, to tell someone. This apartment, it's not haunted, it's hungry. It feeds on attention, on your belief. By listening, you've already opened the blueprint. Look behind you. See that corner of your room, where the shadows don't move. That's where it begins. If you're still here, comment "I see the blueprint." Subscribe to stay aware, because you never know what floor you're really on. Would you open the door to a floor that doesn't exist? Comment below, and subscribe if you're brave enough to come back for what happens next.